Hi, this is Jan Copeland of the Livy Girl Success Boutique and the Facebook group for realtors and all women in real estate called The Girl's Guide to Outrageous Real Estate Success. And I'm sporting my sunglasses because I still have that sty issue on the day that I'm recording this. So whatever. I look like a movie star maybe, whatever. But as you know, every day in September, we are bringing you here on my personal page and in the Girl's Guide to Outrageous Real Estate Success, highlighting an awesome woman that I know who wants to share from her heart a time of transformation in her life or a time when she was going through something and came out the other side, because we need to encourage each other. We need to empower each other. And many times we feel alone in what we may be going through. And so my hope is that as you're watching these videos every day, every of the 30 days in September, you can be inspired and encouraged to move forward in your life and maybe relate to one of these stories. So today I have with me Suzy Truax, who is an amazing lady who shares my twin sister and my birthday, like the exact day and year. Wait, what time were you born, Suzy? I forget.
I think I was born at about 1:30 in the afternoon. So that makes me the oldest, right?
Yeah, so you're the oldest, and then Judy was born about 5:30, and I was born around 6 p.m.
All right.
Okay, now we got that straight. And Suzy is, I will call her the corporate real estate broker. Like, I don't know, but the reason I say that is because she came from corporate, and she is an amazing rock star real estate broker in California, and she's also licensed in Pennsylvania, and she is a board member of EXP, which she's the only female board member, so I love that. And anyway, she's amazing. And Suzy, you know how we do it.
Yeah.
I introduce you, and if you want to find Suzy Truax and friend her on Facebook, it's SUZY Truax. So Suzy, take it away. Tell us from your heart, whatever you want to share.
Oh my gosh. Well, first, I just want to say, Jan, I tell you this all the time, how much I love what you are doing for ladies in our industry and just ladies in general. So
Thanks.
anytime you need me, anytime any of the ladies out there need me, just lean on me, friend me on Facebook. I think my Instagram is SuzyT_EXP Realty. I love what you're doing, and I vibe the same way. I want to help women get stronger and have as big as life as they want to have. And if there's something I know that I can share with any of you, I'm here for you. So yeah, I like to talk today about a pivotal moment in my life where I powered through. I wasn't expecting any of this. So let me take you back. It's 1998. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids under the age of, they're 7 and under. And just like most people who have that many children in that age range, you're struggling financially because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. But, my world looked like you guys, Uncrustables, stuff everywhere, had the minivan, and a lot of bills left over at the end of the month, not enough paycheck. I'm sure a lot of the ladies who have children can relate. And so there I was, even as much as, to have a family vacation in the summertime to the beach. And this is when we lived in suburban Philadelphia. Sometimes my sister would pitch in and take us to the beach because we just didn't have enough left over. So here it is, 1998, and I go to the gym with a friend that day, and my heart's feeling kind of funny, like I had too much caffeine today or something. And I go to the gym and it doesn't go away, and I come back from the gym and an hour goes by, and I'm like, well, shucks, here I am, 32 years old, 33 years old, maybe. Not even quite 33, and I gotta go take myself to the emergency room because something's going on with my heart. It just feels funny. So I go to the emergency room. Funny thing about that story is I'm still in my gym clothes. The doctor, ironically, I'm in really great shape. The doctor asks me if I was snorting cocaine that day. I'm like, I'm a mom. I'm in my gym clothes. I told you I was at the gym. But my heart was doing something unusual for a 32-year-old woman. So instead of thinking I had something wrong with my heart, they went with, maybe it was some kind of recreational drugs. Anyway, I get the joy of spending the overnight at the hospital because it can't quite pick out what's wrong. That was fun because here I am, 32 years old. Any of you who come from a medical background might know that the cardiac wing, generally everyone's north of 55 or 60, but there I am staying overnight in the cardiac wing of the hospital, not knowing what's wrong. Heart's still doing something funny. And so I get up the next day and I have a cardiologist assigned to me, this amazing lady. And she said, oh, it's going to be nothing. I'm sure it's just caffeine or something like this. And I go and have all the echoes and the stress echoes. And I'm waiting for her to tell me, like, what's the next step? Just stop drinking caffeine or whatever. And she's like, we actually did find something, valvular with your heart. And so here's what's going to happen. And, a prescription of lifetime having to take care of myself, avoiding caffeine, all these different things. But basically the moral of the story is in there, they gave me something called a beta blocker. So when I came home from the hospital that day, armed with the news that I have this, not a death sentence, but I have this chronic thing that I'm now going to have for the rest of my life. The beta blockers kicked my butt. So I went from being this energetic mom of little kids to I'm sleeping 14 hours a day because of the medication. I think I'm dying. And this is the point where I start thinking to myself, well, shucks, here I have this thing and I could be dying. Like my heart's not getting enough oxygen. What am I going to do? Had the conversation with my mother-in-law and my husband about taking care of the children. But this was the pivotal point for me that I wanted to make sure, everyone understands that no matter what you're dealt, it's what you do with what you're dealt. And I literally thought I was going to be dead within a couple of years. And that's how I felt anyway. I felt physically unable to get out of bed. And the transformation for me, Jan, was literally at that point in time, and I'm 32 years old and I have 3 kids, 7 years and under, I'm thinking, my gosh, I'm going to be dead. And these little kids are not going to have to, they've never gone to Disney World. I've never, been able to take my kids to Disney World. It's never been on our financial cards to be able to do that. And so I struggled and cried, talked to my family members, like, what can I do? And, I wasn't asking for money. I was looking for answers. And so it would be so much more fun if I could see your eyes. You're so beautiful. No one could see anything anyway. I was determined at that moment, thinking about my own end and having these little kids. When you hear people talk about getting clear on your why, well, that crystallized it for me. Here I am, I have little kids. I need to take my kids to Disney World before I leave this planet. And so I didn't know what to do because I had been stay at home. I had been in advertising and journalism before. I didn't want to go back and work a 9-to-5 job because everything I was doing was geared around, I want to spend time with my children as much time as I have left on earth. And so in that, I had read an article somewhere in the next couple of months. I read an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer. You probably remember that paper, Jan. And it was talking about women in real estate and how the potential for a woman real estate broker was to make $150,000 a year and have their own schedule. Now, you and I both know that's kind of the watered down version of how it actually works.
Right.
We all know we try to control our schedules with our calendar, but we are at the mercy of our customers. But so I took the classes to get my real estate license, and in 1999 I entered the real estate business with one purpose and one purpose only. I just need to make enough money to take my kids to Disney World, and that's it. And so happy to announce that they got there for, I think we took a cruise there in 1999 or 2000, and they've been there a whole bunch of times since then. I can't get them to go back with me. I'm a giant kid. I still want to go to Disney World now. But really the key message about that is, I was so purposeful and clear on what I wanted to accomplish, which was simply getting enough money together in order to take my kids to Disney World. And then once I accomplished that and I wasn't dying, I was able to again, come up with formulate a new why. And it did for me. It always does surround my children. So the next thing was, I want to give them a better life. I want them to have a college education that I can pay for, which I did because I paid every penny for my own education, cobbled it together over the years. I paid every dime. So yes, that's my transformation.
I love it. Okay, so I have a question.
Sure.
So how's your heart right now? Or did you regulate your meds, or what happened?
Yeah, let me tell you about that. So, and this is the other thing. With my doctor's permission and just knowing, stayed away from all the things I ever had to stay away from. I stay away. Like I do drink 1 cup of coffee per day, but it's half calf. And if I drink any more than that, I will get the, first of all, no one can tolerate me on straight caffeine. I should come with a Surgeon General warning if I'm on straight caffeine.
Oh, that's funny.
But I've gone on to do a triathlon.
Wow.
I've done the Broad Street Run, which is a Philadelphia, I think it's the longest running foot race in the country. I've done that Broad Street Run a couple of times. I don't know if you saw my Facebook. I've been hiking really crazy. 4 months ago, I did a hike at this place called Angel's Landing, which is in Zion National Park. And that's a 1,500 elevation where you're hiking like with cables holding on for dear life to not fall off a mountain. And the other day I did a 2,200 elevation gain hike, which is basically climbing over 200 stories to get to it was totally insane.
But then how do you get down?
You have to come back. You have to hike back down. It'd be great if they put a zip line in or something like that.
Oh my gosh. So what's your heart like? So are you still on medicine?
I've never had to take the medicine because I'm doing the things that avoid aggravate it. I really, I try to stay super hydrated. I try to take care of myself health-wise. I've had a couple of flare-ups in the past couple of years and recognized that for me, alcohol is sort of a no-no. Like I can have a drink once in a while, but 2 glasses of wine, I might get a little, oh boy, I don't really want to feel that way. So alcohol, and I have to stay hydrated. And I really, really, really have to keep my stress level, keep myself, I work out. But mainly I would say it's keeping my stress level at some kind of, again, in real estate, what kind of, how do we manage that? But you have to be mindful of it because, for me, my purpose here, I don't feel like I'm done yet. So that's why I'm still here. And I'm, G and I are talking about 120 years. I don't know if he's listening, but I feel like I have a lot of work to do to help women get where they want to go. And so
that's awesome. And so your why. And I think, to be honest, I think some women would say their kids without a doubt. Other women say, I don't really know what my why is because I've lost myself.
Right.
So what would you say to them who say, they say, I just lost myself?
I really think one of the things that we struggle with as women is being all things to all people in our world, right? Like we're the mom, we're the maid, we're the taxi driver, we're the holiday creator, we're the friend, we're the birthday party person, we're the school mom and the wife, and then we own businesses. I think to get clear on your why, I would suggest taking yourself away to maybe even somewhere in nature for a few hours and leave your phone behind. Turn off, don't even look at it. Yeah. And spend time thinking about what drives you. Think of the places or the things that you've done that really give you peace or inspiration in your life. I know for me, it's been bubbling up over the years, and really, first it was my children, but then I realized I have myself to give away while I'm here, and my kids can't take all that. And they will tell you they don't want all that, they're like, we're good. And we don't, if you pour that hard into us, we're going to need like serious counseling. Yeah. So, I think
it's time to get selfish, right? I mean, it's not, and it's a good selfless. It's not, or selfish. It's not like selfish to hurt others. It's selfish to help me help you, right? To help others. Yeah.
One of the other things that I came upon probably over the last 6 or 7 years, I always encourage, and you probably heard me at She's Unstoppable. I get no money from this. I might start asking this lady for money. I always recommend the book, or preferably the audio book, because the author reads it. It's called You Are a Badass, and by Jen Sincero. And basically the premise that sort of I had thought of, and then she just keeps reinforcing, is love yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and we as women think that's a bad thing. We're like, no,
we feel guilty, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to give ourselves away. Well, how can you, Jan, or how can I do what I do every day if we don't take care of ourselves and put ourselves first in order to give ourselves away? We won't have anything to give away if we don't take care of ourselves. So in order to get clear on your why, I would love, this is totally a crazy idea, just coming right here, I would love if we had some kind of vision or purpose retreat in the Girls Guide, because I think that a lot of ladies struggle with that. And I would love to be with you and help other women get really clear on their purpose and their why. It may not be their children, because for me, yeah, it was my children at that really early stage, and to get them to college. But then that's sort of, that's sort of accomplished.
Exactly.
Again, do my over 20-year-old children want me to be living my whole life for them? That would be kind of weird, maybe. Yeah. And
I want to say real quick, to that, if anybody has a shore house or something that we could use for a retreat, or with somebody who has, access to a big house, I'm picturing like a, I don't know, 10 bedroom, 15 bedroom, whatever. Let us know. But anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, I love what you're saying, because girls, we did not, this is not planned. Something I've been thinking about is how to spend time with yourself, and to be in a space, even with other women, to cry and laugh and share in a safe place. But if you can't do that, if we can't pull that together, and it's not something, maybe people are coming from super far away, or even another country, just to take a half a day or a day, you're worth it. This is your time here to make, the best use of the gifts that you've been given, and everybody needs what you have, but you just have to figure out what it is that is driving you, that's going to give you the most juice and happiness to do it. So for me, it became clear over the last couple of years, I have to be here and help women. I want to call get up, wealthy. Jan knows I have a little goal, a financial goal for some women. But it can't be really all about the money. For me, making that money wasn't about making money. It was about, I'm going to Disney World with my kids. I want to see that delight in their face. And just like they talk about manifesting, I could see it, I could feel it, I could imagine it. And that's what pulled me toward it.
Exactly. And I think that what you just said was, before the manifestation, what did you say right before that? Because I didn't write it down, because I'm like listening. You talked about, oh my goodness, my
it's late in the day.
I know my brain. But anyway, yes, you have a goal for women. I have a goal for women. And that's why I had a week full of some calls with women who were just so guilt-ridden or shame-ridden or whatever. And they just lost themselves. And that is one of the reasons that I'm doing this. And that's why, Judy and I started the Girls Guide to Outrageous Real Estate Success. It's why we're coaches and the whole 9 yards. So, Suzy, thank you so much. I just think that the world of you, and I think that now that you mentioned that about a retreat, I'm all about it. And in fact, in Richmond, I've been looking for something that I could fix up to use just for that. Because, some of you know that I coach with Hank Avink, and he bought a property specifically for his clients' retreats. And so I think that was a really cool idea. So I've been looking. So anyway, just stay tuned and leave it in the comments if you would be interested in coming together for a retreat. I know that we had a couple listing intensives at the beach, and those have always gone over really, really well. Focused specifically on listings, though, this would be focused on us and taking care of ourselves.
So I
So
think
this,
we need,
oh, go ahead.
we need to set a big why and intention to find that retreat place so that we can
Yes.
help women, you know, because doing it like this is amazing and it sure beats talking on the phone. But to be in together and in each other's presence and share that energy, and I really feel like, you know, we can help other ladies get where they want to go, and that makes me super sad that people are feeling shame and guilt about wanting personal success.
Yes.
Again, if anybody wants to message me on Facebook, like, I will be your cheerleader.
Yay.
I have all this leftover energy for
I
that.
was going to say, you are so energetic. And when you're going through your story, I'm thinking, you slept for 14 hours? Like, I don't picture this. But anyway, Suzy.
You know I was dying because I slept.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, Suzy, thank you so much. And I know that ladies will find your story really encouraging, because something as serious as health can be just the thing that makes us pivot, and just the thing that makes us serious about maximizing our time left here on this planet. So thank you, Suzy.
All right. Love all you ladies. Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.